The New York Jets select Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner is a New York Jet!
Swaggy Sauce Gardner.
I love Sauce. I love his tape. I love his press technique. I love his confidence. He has everything you want to see in the position. And I think Robert Saleh in this scheme is perfect. It's a hand-in-glove fit for him, man.
Garrett Wilson.
It's Garrett Wilson! The New York Jets have just got two big-time playmakers!
I believe that Garrett Wilson is going to be the most impactful rookie receiver in this class. And I think we see Zach Wilson play like he did the last 6 games of the year, times 10, and have a phenomenal second season.
Wow, you think? Yeah! Yeah! Let's Jermaine Johnson!
Brees Hall, running back, Iowa State.
Brees Hall, oh my God, they got him! They went offense. They went with the best running back in the draft. Jeremy Rucker, oh my God! The Long Island native is a New York Jet!
J-E-T-S, Jet! Let's go!
Yo, we are back. We're live again as the 53-man roster for the New York Jets is going to be announced in 30 minutes. We'll hear from Robert Saleh afterwards. We'll hear from Joe Douglas, I think, later on today. If I'm not, don't quote me on that, not sure. But we have some interesting things to talk about because the Jets are practicing today, and we got to figure out where the Jets are at and who made the initial cuts. Because if you didn't get cut initially, you're on the practice field. So welcome into the stream, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Let's run up those thumbs up like we did earlier in today's stream. Earlier, the earlier stream, let's see how many likes that finished off with, because you guys are insane with the like buttons. Are you kidding me? You guys killed it. You guys absolutely killed it. So the Jets are going to have to make some interesting moves, man. We found out that Ty Johnson and Bam Knight are at practice. We find out that Lawrence Cager is at practice and Trevon Wesco is not at practice. So that tells us a lot about where the Jets are standing and who made the initial cuts, which is pretty awesome to see. We had 463 likes on the stream earlier today. Thank you guys so much for that. That was one of the better streams that I've had in a long time on the channel. You guys are awesome. But it's all good because we're kicking off a brand new live stream. We got to refresh the whole like button things. But let's see who's in the chat right now. Let's go. We got Mark in the chat. Limitless. Rube representing his Houston Texans in the chat. Ryan's in the chat. Melvin. Jack. Edward, of course. Drew. David. Jack. Jason. CC. What's good, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Appreciate you welcoming back. Wesco is officially cut. Is that announced? I know that he wasn't at practice, so that's just like assuming that he's not going to be on the roster. Shout out to anybody tuning in on Twitter as well. I see you guys, of course. Retweet this live stream for your boy if you're watching on Twitter. So my reaction to this is Lawrence Cager. Let's go. Looks like he might be making the roster over Trevon Wesco and Kenny YEBOAH. That is sick if he's a tight end number 4. That is a great decision from the New York Jets. Also, the running back position, Ty Johnson and Bam Knight, both at the practice field after cutting TEVIN Coleman. So the Jets seem like they're going to go into the season with 4 running backs. Now, this is not official. This is just based on what the beat saw, who was on the practice field. They could still make a decision and cut somebody prior to the deadline, which is in 25 minutes. Also, they saw Zach Wilson walking out with no limitations. He was walking out there onto the practice field, not practicing, not in practice gear or anything. He's in a t-shirt and shorts. But usually Zach Wilson is running around in a cart. This time he's walking with no noticeable limps. So it's good to see Zach Wilson out there and progressing in his rehab, of course. So this is really interesting to see where the Jets are going to be going for the rest of the offseason. Leading up until the trade deadline. And I'm excited, man. I feel like the Jets have a move to be made. I feel like the New York Jets definitely are going to be either looking for a offensive tackle, a safety, because That's another position that we have to realize that's a little thin right now. Outside of Dwayne Brown and George Fant, we have Chuma Edoga, who's getting trade interest for the Cowboys. We have Grant Hermans, who's probably going to be cut. Connor McDermott, who's injured, and then Max Mitchell. So the tackle position is a little thin. Are the Jets going to claim an offensive tackle in the waiver wire, or are they going to go out there and get a safety? It seems like the Jets are rolling the dice with Tony Adams as their fourth safety, the undrafted free agent, as well as Ashtyn Davis. They'd be the two backups behind Jordan Whitehead and LaMarcus Joyner. What's your guys' thoughts of that? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that, because now we are going to sit here and wait patiently for the 53-man roster to officially be announced. I'm really excited to figure out what this 53-man roster actually is, because it does, since I was gone when I went on my little lunch break, no really breaking news happened. And I'm just excited that we're finally here and getting to figure out where the Jets are going to go. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the chat. We got Robert saying he loves Tony Adams. Finally, somebody's showing Tony Adams some love. Seems like most Jets fans don't know what Tony Adams is. Yeah, I mean, the safety position is definitely turning Jets fans into whoa, wait, what happened here? Which is, I think, is funny. So I feel like the Jets are going to I think if Lawrence Cager is tight at number 4, that's a great decision by the New York Jets, because what he brings is versatility to the wide receiver room as well. Lawrence Cager can line up as a receiver, can line up as a tight end. He obviously needs to evolve his blocking ability, but there's no questioning that Lawrence Cager really showed a lot in the preseason with his catch, yards after the catch. He saw that touchdown, I think that was week 2, that he had from Chris STREVELER, which is awesome to see. He just has a lot of yak opportunities, and for the Jets to roll into the season with 4 tight ends of CJ Uzomah, Tyler Conklin, Lawrence Cager, and Jeremy Ruckert, I think Cager is going to be playing a lot. I mean, this Jets offensive system requires multiple tight ends to be on the team and on the field at once. And if Conklin or CJ gets a little nicked up, or if they're just tired on a rep, I can see Cager going out there and catching some balls as a backup on top of Jeremy Ruckert, of course, as well. So I like it, man. I like it. I'm not drinking tea, Mark. I'm drinking more coffee. So just over 20 minutes to go. Just over 20 minutes to go, baby. And then we finally get to see. You guys saw Alex Leatherwood cut from the Raiders. Pretty crazy. Zuniga has yet to be cut. Yeah, so let's go over who was at practice and who was not at practice. It was really hard to see because all the people were saying, like, all the beat reporters that were at practice, they were like, oh, Nate Herbig, I don't see him. And they were like, what? Nate Herbig might get cut? And then, 20 minutes later, we're like, oh, Nate Herbig is in the rehab area. Yeah, why would you make us freak out? Because that would be the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Waving Nate Herbig, who is our best offensive lineman on the backup O-line. He's the best depth piece. Well, I can't even speak. The best depth piece. Okay, that was a mouthful. On this offensive line, why would they move off of Nate Herbig? So that's why I thought that was interesting. So Lawrence Cager, Tony Adams, Zonovan Knight, all at practice. Ashtyn Davis was at practice. Denzel Mims at practice. So I'm liking that. So far, so good. There's definitely some players that's going to be surprise cut in 20 minutes when we see the initial 53. So we'll find out. No way, Edward. That was too much for me. Rich, are you doing AFC's Roundtable this week? Oh, yeah, Hennessy. It's going to be a weekly occurrence every single Wednesday night at 7:30 on the AFC East Roundtable YouTube channel. We have a dedicated YouTube channel to it now. So, guys, I need you all to subscribe to that channel because we're not going to be live on my channel anymore. It's going to be on a dedicated YouTube channel, and I need Jets fans to be active in the chat. You feel me? I need Jets fans because basically what the AFC East Roundtable is it's a Dolphins YouTuber, a Patriots YouTuber, and a Bills YouTuber. We all made a separate YouTube channel now, and we go live every single week, and we debate about what's going on in the AFC East division. So that's why I'm going to need Jets fans to subscribe to that channel so we get as many Jets fans in the chat at all times, because not going to lie, there's a lot of Bills fans and a lot of Dolphins fans that takes over these streams. So which is why we need Jets Nation to represent big time. So here, I'm going to pin it real quick. There's no videos on it yet, but we'll be live for the first time on that channel tomorrow. But more importantly, less than 20 minutes to go. 7:30 p.m. every single Wednesday night is the stream. Here, I just put in the chat if you guys want to check out the YouTube channel and subscribe to it so you guys get notified whenever we're live every single week. That would be greatly appreciated. And you can see a cartoon face of me. I put, what do you guys think of that animated cartoon version of me? I think it's funny. All right, guys. All right. So if you guys want to subscribe to the AFC East Roundtable to support Jets Nation every week, that would be greatly appreciated. Every Wednesday. Okay, so what am I missing on Twitter? With less than 20 minutes to go, what am I missing? Nothing new, nothing new. Let's go. I'm excited to figure out who it's going to be. Who's making the final 53? That was a bar. Thank you guys for subscribing. Appreciate that. I went to get Chipotle for lunch. I wanted to get out of the crib, went to the Chipotle, got a nice bowl, was glued to my phone during the whole time because I'm like, what if I miss something? Thank you guys for subscribing to the roundtable. But I need you guys to be active in the chats because that's where it's all the debates happen. Dolphins fans, Bills fans, Patriots fans, and Jets fans in the chat like you guys are in right now, they all go after each other. And we need Jets fans in there talking their crap, baby. John says, you're the smartest guy in the AFC's roundtable. Thanks, John. I try. The Jake Osmond special. Yeah, I heard he's a big Chipotle guy, right? Thank you, Edward. All right, we got around 15 minutes to go, and then we're going to react to the 53-man roster, and then we're going to hear from Robert Saleh, and we're going to go from there, maybe. Guys, hit that thumbs up button on your way in. This is a brand new live stream, so if you guys are in the stream prior, hit that like button again for you boys so we can get at least 100 likes by the time the 53-man roster comes around. We got 84 likes. So make sure you do that, baby. We traded for a safety. Yeah, I would love to do that, but it seems like they like Tony Adams. I don't know, man. Tony Adams and Ashton Davis doesn't move the needle for me too much as the backup. I feel like there has to be some type of big move coming. Ooh, guys, I ratioed Brian Costello on Twitter. Sorry, Kaz. Sorry I had to do that to you. I ratioed him. Not intentionally. Hey, we got the first $5 donation of this stream. I'm a Dolphins fan over here doing some scouting. I respect what you do for your team. First learned of you through my boy TD on the AFC East Roundtable. Hey, I appreciate that, my man. See, this is why I love the AFC East Roundtable, because it allows me to get an opportunity to really connect with other fan bases from the AFC East, like this man right here who is a big Miami Dolphins fan. I really do appreciate that, my man. $5, you know, it's really awesome that we have this community that we created here on YouTube, where I got my own little Jets community here, and then now connecting with TD from the Dolphins, and then Dan from the Bills, and Master at Work for the Patriots, and connecting with all Dolphins and Bills and Patriots fans. that watches my channel. It's just awesome, man. It's just, you know, we're all in this together. You love the Dolphins, I love the Jets, but we hate each other's teams, but we still respect each other at the end of the day. So I appreciate the donation, my man. TD is one hell of a man, man. I love him. I love TD. So I appreciate you showing some love on Jets Media, brother. So should I add? I'm going to add Trevon Wesco to the list. Who announced the Wesco releasing to be official? Oh, I guess Kaz said it. Yeah. I just didn't really see it yet. I'll add it, though. By the way, other player that are not at practice is Jonathan Marshall, Jabari Zuniga. So a lot of guys that haven't been officially announced to be cut was not at practice today. Costello posted it. My guy John's in the chat. What's good, my man? How about RJ Barrett getting that extension? Yes, sir. Oh, wow. Breaking news. The Jets are releasing Chuma Edoga. Wow. The Jets have released Chuma Edoga. Officially. That's honestly, you know, he's obviously not the best player we've ever had, but I just feel like we don't have depth at that position unless he sees someone else he's going to add. Chuma Edoga is cut. I'm surprised he couldn't get it. I mean, if the Cowboys were the ones trying to trade for him, we couldn't get the deal done, I guess. Listen, Edoga, we're not going to miss him too much. He's pretty buns, but I still am a little skeptical about our depth at that position. You feel me? So Ian Rappaport tweets it. So that's the latest breaking news. I saw Ian Rappaport tweet, like, and the word Jets was in it, and my heart dropped. I was like, oh my God, is this a trade? Is this like this is a big time move? So if I had to guess the two positions that the Jets are going to be either trading for or claiming on the waiver wire, it's offensive tackle and safety. Was told Jets would keep Chuma Edoga close to deadline in case a trade develops. With the time approaching, he's likely to be released. That's from Jeremy Fowler. All right, so 10 minutes to go. Minutes to go until we get the official 53. Your boy Richie will be here reacting to the 53. G-Firm with another one. You're cool. Dan is straight. Death to disaster at work. Fins up. Thank you, man. I love that. I love how everyone has their own opinions of all four of us. Oh, I just tried to drink this without taking the cap off. Your boy's going nuts over here. Appreciate you as always, my man. So the Jets cannot get a draft pick for Chuma. If he did get a draft pick for Chuma, that would have been even more impressive than it's ever been. Steelers are trading. Okay. I want to see a trade with the Jets. I want to see a trade. Damn, the Dolphins are banged up right now. Less than 10 minutes to go. I really hope the Jets just upload their 53-man roster at 4 so we don't have to sit here and like wait for it and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Hey, we got over 100 likes already. Let's go. Thank you guys. How do you guys feel about Leatherwood? Would you want the Jets to take a flyer on him as a backup? Alex Leatherwood, should that be a guy that the Jets should take a flyer on to be a backup? He's not going to be, we're not going to have to give him a lot of money since he got cut. It'll be cheap. I'd be open for it. I mean, listen, you're drafting, I mean, you're signing him to be a backup. Best case scenario, he doesn't play. He has guaranteed money left, but I thought the Raiders have to well, he's probably not going to get claimed by the Jets. I mean, when he got drafted in the first place, that everyone was like, what? I think Joe Douglas is going to claim a tackle or trade for one. There's no way he's releasing Adoga and not replacing him with someone better. Say goodbye to Chuma Edoga, the latest to be cut. He tried his best to trade him. Joe Douglas tried to get a pick for him. So right now, the backup tackles are Max Mitchell, the rookie, and Connor McDermott, who's injured. Let's hope that these backup tackles don't even have to sniff the field, because that's the best case scenario. You feel me? Max Mitchell. Will be the starting swing tackle for the Jet. Not starting, but be the go-to guy off the bench for us at the tackle spot. All right, guys, so we're going to the wire right now. 5 minutes to go. Marlon Mack to replace Coleman. Nah, Rube, we got a deep running back room. We have an undrafted free agent who we're excited about in Bam Knight. And we also have Ty Johnson to back up both the rookie Breece Hall and the year 2 guy Michael Carter. So we're not in the market for a running back. We're loaded at the running back position. Feels good to be loaded there for once. And we're loaded with young talent. I mean, year 2 Michael Carter, rookie Breece Hall, undrafted free agent Bam Knight, who looks like very promising, and then Ty Johnson, who's young as well. Like, if those are the 4 running backs headed into the season, I like it. Dameon Pierce is going to be a beast for Houston, though. He's going to be nice. You guys, I wish I drafted him in fantasy low-key yesterday. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. All right, guys, can we get to 200 likes before 4 p.m. Eastern time to get to the final 53-man roster? Can we do it? Can we get the 200 likes by 4 p.m. in 5 minutes? We have 523 people tuning in. I don't see why we cannot get to 200 likes. If you're enjoying this, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. Let's see if we can do it, baby. Cager gonna make the roster. Yes, sir, my guy, Cager. Let's go. It also seems like the Jets are prioritizing Nathan Shepard over Jonathan Marshall. I don't really agree with, but whatever. You win some and you lose some. All right, so I really hope that we don't have to wait past 4 o'clock. Oh, we got well over 200 likes. Let's go, everyone. Let's go. I want the Jets to release an article of the 53-man roster immediately after it's 4 o'clock. No one wants to wait here. You feel me? And then we get to hear from the head coach, Robert Saleh. A lot of things happening. 2 minutes. Could a trade come at the buzzer? Could he hit us with a buzzer? Bang! Duke Manyweather's thoughts on Alex Leatherwood. Leatherwood was different with the right coaching and development plan. Duke Manyweather is praising Leatherwood. One minute to go. $53-man roster loading. Who's making it? Who's not? And then we got a whole other thing to talk about. Who the Jets claiming? Because do I have to remind you guys? I said it a lot in the earlier stream. The Jets have gotten a lot of great players in the waiver wire at this point of the season. Before the season begins, after the preseason. Braxton Berrios, John Franklin Myers, Ty Johnson, Quincy Williams. Those 4 guys were part of the Jets core right now. I mean, we gave John Franklin Myers an extension and Braxton Berrios an extension. Tick-tock, it's 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock. All right, we made it. Now, give me the 53-man roster, please, so we can go over it together. All right, guys. We made it. Richie, what did I say a few days ago? Brees, MC, Bam, the future of the Jets running backs. Yes, sir. I love it. Now we get to see who makes the practice squad, which is another thing to keep an eye on for. That's going to be huge. So now it's going to be up. It's going to be like a practice squad hype. I should probably change the graphic to like practice squad players because we all know who's cut right now, right? We all know who's got cut. But now we're just waiting for the 53-man roster to be announced, and then the practice squad guys will be announced, right? Okay. The practice squad should be updated like later. Oh, wow. The Cardinals are releasing Jesse Luketa. So now there was 4 players remaining on the Mike Maccagnan era. 2 of them are gone in Wesco and Edoga. The final 2 people to stand are Quinnen Williams and Nathan Shepard. Fun fact. Fun fact. All right, guys, so we have 600 people tuning into the stream. It is 4 o'clock, and we're waiting for the official word from the New York Jets to give us the final 53-man roster so we can all react to it together. A lot of releasings are piling in on Twitter right now from other franchises, but I haven't seen anything about the Jets just yet. Ian Rappaport just tweeted, the deadline has come for the teams to get the 53-man rosters, but as always, these are not final. It's the initial 53 with plenty of moves to come. So that is something to keep an eye on for. That just what we're about to react to right now is not going to be the 100% 53-man roster heading into the season because the Jets are going to waive somebody and then cut somebody else that initially made the roster. They're going to make some trades. So it's not going to be official what we're about to react to. But, it's here. The Jets just announced it. All right, guys, here we go. I'm gonna share it on my screen. Here we go. Here we go. We got it. We got it. We got it. All right, hold on. No spoilers in the chat. Let's do it. All right, we made it. 53-man roster. You guys ready for this? All right. So, Tony Adams makes the 53-man roster. Here's the 27 players made by... Wait, these are the guys who got cut. Okay, these are the guys who got cut. Guidry, Wild Goose, Isaiah Dunn, Tanzel Smart, Bradley ANAE, Zuniga, Jonathan Marshall officially waived. Nick Bowden, IR. Marcel Harris, Delshon Phillips. Hamza Nasruddin is waived. DQ Thomas, Connor McDermott released. Pierce Backer, waived. Grant Hermans, Chris Glacier, Chris Streveler, Tevin Coleman, LaMichael Perine, Will Parks, Jason Pinnock, Edoga, Wesco YEBOAH, Tariq Black, Charles, and Jackson. Wow. So that tells us that Ty Johnson and Bam Knight have made the roster. That tells us that Lawrence Cager has made the roster. Hamza Nasruddin being waived. So 2 players from last year's draft class are gone. Nasruddin and Pinnock. That's pretty crazy stuff. Now we're up to the waiver wire and the practice squad. So who do you guys want to see on the practice squad? Who I want to see on the practice squad is Calvin Jackson and Irvin Charles and Tariq Black. I love all 3 of these guys. At least 2 of the 3. Get YEBOAH on the practice squad. Get Pinnock on the practice squad. I'd love to get PERINE on the practice squad. Even though, we'll see. Nasruddin needs to be on the practice squad. No doubt about it. Jonathan Marshall needs to be on. Oh, wait. I forgot. There's 3 players from last year's draft class that got cut. I forgot about Marshall. Marshall needs to be on the practice squad. So does ANAE and Tanzel Smart. We need those 3 D linemen on the practice squad. And I would love to get Isaiah Dunn and Guidry on the practice squad as well. because we get up to 16 players. So out of these 27, the Jets can get 16 players in the practice squad. So let's do it. 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I'm down for that. So these are the pictures of all the players that made it. Braxton Berrios, Dwayne Brown, Lawrence Cager, let's go. Michael Carter the second. Michael Clemens, of course. Conklin, Vinnie Curry, Ashton Davis, Corey Davis, Eccles, Fant, Dan Feeney, the stash, Flacco, JFM, Sauce, Bryce Hall, Hardy makes it. Thomas Hennessy, the God. Nate Herbig makes the roster. Bryce Huff makes the roster. Jermaine Johnson, of course. Ty Johnson, one of 4 running backs. LaMarcus Joyner. Zonovan Knight. There he is. Let's go. Yo, I want him to take P-Rod's number. Get him in a better number than 35. Get him in number 22. Carl Lawson, of course. Braden Mann. Jacob Martin. Connor McGovern. Denzel Mims. Woo! Denzel. Where are my Denzel fans in the chat? Max Mitchell. He's going to be the go-to off the bench. Elijah Moore, of course. CJ Mosley. Sheldon Rankins makes the team. DJ Reed. The Ruckert. Shepard. See, I honestly prefer that Jonathan Marshall made it over Shepard if I had to really nitpick this, but whatever. Jamian Sherwood. I love his development, man. I think we got a potential something in Jamian. Jeff Smith. So we're going in with 6 receivers. 6 receivers this year. Solomon Thomas, of course. Lincoln Tomlinson, the Pro Bowler. CJ Uzama, of course. AVT. Mike Effin White. Jordan Whitehead. Quincy Williams. Quinnen Williams. Garrett Wilson, let's go. And Zach Wilson in the finale. Greg the Leg Zerline. Okay, everybody. Now it's up to the practice squad. Wow. So, how do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about the 53-man roster? Anything that really stands out to you guys, let me know in the chat. I want to send out a tweet. Jets offensive weapons. Wide receiver. We got Elijah Moore. Corey Davis. Garrett Wilson. Braxton Berrios. Dude, I love this. I'm liking it. Denzel Mims. Jeff Smith. Running back. Michael Carter. So the Jets are going into the season with their running back room being Michael Carter, Breece Hall, Ty Johnson, and Bam Knight. Yes, sir. The youth. This is the best running back room we've had. Tight ends, Tyler Conklin, CJ Uzama, Lawrence Cager, Jeremy Ruckert. So, essentially, 6 receivers, 4 running backs, 4 tight ends. I love it. How do you guys feel about it? I just sent out that tweet. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, give me your thoughts. Love to hear it. Oh, is Saleh live right now? Oh, Saleh's live. Whoa, Saleh, what are you doing over there without me knowing?
No.
Oh, he's been live for a minute.
And it's going to be harder and harder.
Saleh's been live for 7 minutes and nobody told me.
Just got up to practice room. Were they? Okay. I have no idea.
Tyson's in the chat. What's good, Tyson?
Tough 48 hours.
Let's talk Jets radio.
The press conference I had when I mentioned how hard these next couple of days were. They're miserable because there's some that will never play again, and then there was a lot that that they deserve to be on a 53-man roster. But knock on wood, to the credit,
we kept Ty Johnson,
to Joe and his staff, and this roster that's been built. We've got a pretty cool 53, and really excited to see what happens in the next 24 hours and the opportunities that some of these guys get.
So, guys, basically everything that we're reacting to right now, it's not final because there's going to be guys that the Jets are going to be claiming off the waiver wire. There's going to be guys that the Jets are trading for. There's going to be guys that we cut on this 53-man roster that we have right now to replace them with the guys that we pick up, if that makes sense. So this is the unofficial 53. We can't really read too much into it. Yeah. I got to add to this.
And it's going to be harder next year. And it's going to be harder and harder every single year. There were a lot of good fighting. Make sure you guys don't turn this into there's no divide. A lot of lobbying, a lot of tapes being made, a lot of discussions. That's why I love Joe. He's open for all those discussions. Him and
Saleh saying a lot of cool things.
From coaching side, just so many transparent conversations.
All right. Should I watch this of Saleh or keep talking with you guys? Because this is definitely an intriguing option for the Jets. So how does everyone feel? Is there any big shocks to anything? Any big shocks that really is making you feel like, whoa, I did not expect that? Or is this kind of what everyone expected? Let's see what Twitter's saying. I love our weapons, man. I really do. I love how they kept Bam Knight. That tells you a lot, man. They're prioritizing the young team that they got here. They feel like they found a gem in him. I mean, the safety position is a little okay. Like, what's going on? But, some players that I didn't really want to see make the roster that did. Guys like Nathan Shepard. I don't know. This isn't really my predicted. This doesn't really connect with my predicted 53. If we go back and look at that, I got a lot wrong. Yeah, I got a lot wrong. I got the receivers right. I'm sad I got the tight ends wrong. I got the D lineman right. No, I did not actually. I had them cutting Shepard and keeping Marshall. I had the corners wrong. I had them keeping Guidry. I had them cutting Nasruddin. I had that right. And completely got the safeties wrong. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's so hard to predict these things. So hard to predict these things. I think Nasruddin will be a prime candidate for the practice squad. I don't think players get signed to the practice squad yet because they got to go through the period of getting claimed first. They have to clear waivers before they can get signed to the practice squad. Saleh says it's different when they don't want to be here because they hate it here. Fine, then take a hike. Denzel loves the Jets organization. He wants to play. That's what Saleh said about. Let's hear this.
It's different when they don't want to be here because they hate it here. Like, fine, take a hike, right? I'm more than happy to open up the door. Denzel is a tremendously respectful young man, and I think he genuinely loves his teammates. He loves the Jets organization. Is he frustrated? Is he frustrated with all of us? Sure, I'm sure he is. He wants to play, and so for that, I don't think he's a hostage. and so for that, he, you know, like it's a lot easier to kick somebody out of the door if they want to trade, if they're jerks, and that's not Denzel. He's a good young man, and I love the way he approaches everything, even with this, the way he's come about it, very professional, comes to meetings, practice, and does all of it. So I guess I just don't view him as a hostage. It's different.
Yeah, so Saleh had interesting things to say about Denzel Mims. He doesn't feel like he's being held as a hostage. I think that was the question. Because Denzel loves the Jets as an organization, and it's not like he wants to leave the Jets. It's just Denzel wants to play, and that's really it. He just wants to play football, and he's not being given the opportunity to play with the Jets right now. That's really the thing holding him back. You feel me? I love it. So now the next step for this whole process is to go through the waiver wire claims. Who is Joe Douglas going to claim with that fourth one? Who is it going to be? Robert Saleh says that Denzel Mims has not gotten first-team reps in the preseason because of who's in front of him, namely Corey Davis, who plays the same position as Mims, which is why we have to hold on to Denzel Mims more, because Corey Davis was injury-prone last year. I think Corey Davis, if healthy, is going to have a very big, impactful season this year. But if Corey goes down, it's Denzel Mims' time, baby. That's why we got to hold on to him. That's exactly what the Jets are doing.
Yeah, and it's going to be harder next year.
Yeah, Saleh seems like there was a lot of hard decisions to be made, man. It's a tough business. Tough business. Very tough business. A lot of players, the Jets are going to be definitely making some moves in this next 24 hours, guys. So I want to get into the chat real quick. Like, I want to watch the Saleh press conference, but how do I do that with you guys here? Then I'm going to be silent. You guys don't want me to be silent forever, right? You guys want me to talk. Or should I go listen to what Saleh has to say? Now I'm lagging, aren't I? Connection's not good. I'd be on board for Leatherwood, man. I really would be. So, looking at the Jets roster right now, the way it's constructed, trying to figure stuff out of who they can possibly get. The positions that jumps out to me, I mean, keeping Tony Adams, I don't think anybody expected that. Having 4 linebackers in Hamza Nowsley being cut. So that means it leaves CJ Mosley, Quan Alexander, Quincy Williams, and Jamian Sherwood as the only 4 linebackers. Tony Adams, he is the 4th safety to make the team on top of Ashton Davis, LaMarcus Joyner, and Jordan Whitehead. Now, I don't think anybody predicted that. Nobody predicted that. So now we're at the situation right here. We'll see, baby. We'll see. All right, I'm going to start tuning into the Saleh press conference.
What's best for the organization?
Asking about Pinnock and Parks.
Yeah, big credit to TA, undrafted.
He's talking about Tony Adams.
Just did a really good job every single day. Just found ways to get better and better, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. Would have been sick if we would have lost him. And just credit to Ashton, just their overall body of work. When you include OTAs, training camp, their game time, what they did in the game and practice, special teams had a big part of it also. Really happy with that group that we've got.
So Saleh was asked about the safety position. He said huge credit to Tony Adams. He feels like he had a tremendous offseason with the Jets, fighting his way up from undrafted free agency. You know, how he approached OTAs, how he approached preseason. He also says he has tremendous value on special teams, but had something to do with it. And he also had high praise for Ashton Davis. So it's obvious that, and he also said they would have been, quote, sick if they lost Tony Adams, if they let him go and he got claimed elsewhere, because they really felt like they have a gem in Adams. So that is interesting to hear of that praise of Tony Adams.
Obviously, Denzel is still here. Is there still a possibility of trade, or where's he surrendered?
No, that's from my standpoint. I stand true to what I told you guys before. I've never tried to be as transparent as I can. He's on this roster. He's one of our our top 6 receivers, and everything else is for Joe.
It was another all tough. It's been a tough choice. I mean, he had been playing.
It's very hard because he's got a lot of talent. He's got a bright future ahead of him. We're hoping we get him back, obviously from a practice squad standpoint. But you know, it's the waiver wire. You're always playing roster roulette.
So Saleh definitely says that he wants to get Pinnock back on the roster for the practice squad. So we'll see if he gets claimed or not by another team. So I'm watching the Saleh press conference, just if anyone's just tuning in, and I'm gonna listen to what he says and then give you guys my thoughts based on each question. I'm gonna pause it after every time Saleh speaks. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
You're always gonna look. We're really excited about the guys we have, but if there's opportunities to make the roster better, I'm sure Joel will do that.
Bam Knight question.
It's hard. It's hard to make it as an undrafted free agent. That's why TA and him really cool to see those two seize their opportunity and make the most of it. Again, he's another young man, just has a really good running style, matches what we look for from a running style, and then from a special team standpoint, being the 4th running back and having great value in that respect. So to him and TA, both did a really good job this offseason, just constantly taking the steps they needed to attack the 40 days off that they had from between OTAs and training camp and hit the ground running in training camp. And when we got pads on, it felt like they elevated again. So really cool for a guy like Bam to make the team.
So Saleh, when asked about Bam, he brought up Tony Adams again, because those are the 2 undrafted free agents from this past draft class that made the 53-man roster, which is really cool to see. He just loved the way Bam Knight attacked the offseason, attacked the OTAs. He had a really good 40 days in between OTAs and camp. He felt like he was getting better and better. When the pads went on, he got better, and he was referencing Tony Adams a lot, guys. I think Robert Saleh sees a lot in Tony Adams, and I think Jets fans should be a little excited because, listen, an undrafted free agent to make the team says a lot about that player. The Jets are not just going to keep that guy for no reason. And Jets fans are obsessed with Bam Knight because they should, because he's a beast. But a lot of Jets fans don't know a lot about Tony Adams, and I think Jets fans should do some more research on him. He definitely showed up in the preseason. He was number 22 for anybody else watching highlights or watching film, and the Jets feel like they got 2 good players in the undrafted free agency process this past draft class.
With Cage, I was joking with him the other today that he went from
Lawrence
being a
Cager
slow receiver to a fast tight end. So
Saleh just said that he went up to Cager and he said you went from being a slow receiver to a fast tight end. That's funny.
I'm going to give him credit. You know, anytime you make a shift from receiver to tight end, you're just like, well, how is he going to be from a physical standpoint? And he is a willing blocker. He'll play at the point of attack. You can still run the ball plenty with him. He beefed up to around 245, and he's not a liability in the run game, where a lot of times those guys become liabilities. He is not. And so he's earned his way because he is a problem when it comes to receivers and versus linebackers and safeties and all that. So big credit to him creating a unique skill set that's different than what you see with CJ, different than Conklin, different than Ruckert. So when you look at Wesco and YEBOAH, both deserving also, especially Wesco, such a tremendous blocker. Really had great improvement, but when we looked at that fourth spot and the versatility and again the overall body, when you look at teams and what do you bring that could be different, it was just Golden Cager.
So he has some really interesting things to say about Lawrence Cager there, Robert Saleh. He basically said the versatility that he possesses, and he also is he's not a liability as a blocker. You know, usually when you're a wide receiver transitioning to a tight end, it's going to be really hard for that player to get into the rhythm of being able to block. And he put up weight. He's 245. And he said that usually those guys that transition are a liability in the blocking. But according to Saleh, he does not see Cager as a liability at all, where if he's on the field, you can still run the ball. And that tells you a lot. And that also creates him as a, you know, mismatch nightmare. And he's a versatile guy. He's different than Tyler Conklin. He's different than CJ Uzomah. He's different than Jeremy Ruckert. So this is a unique weapon that the Jets have in Lawrence Cager, that you can split him out wide if you want him. You can split him inside in the slot, line him up at the tight end, obviously, where he's going to be living at that position. And he's a matchup nightmare against linebackers, bro. Like a converted wide receiver to that position who put up weight, who's still really fast. I mean, he's a yak monster. And I'm so pumped up that Lawrence Cager made this team, because I've loved him ever since he was their undrafted free agent a couple of years ago, like 3 seasons ago, whenever it was. And the fact that he made the roster as a tight end, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, Strev is awesome. Had a great conversation with him. Hoping we get him back too. But you know, there's it's overall body of work too, and you know, and he definitely performed. I don't want to take that away from him. But when you look at Mike White from a year ago, OTAs, training camp, he had 2 rough games, but he had a really nice game against the Giants. Mike is just an overall body of work, really understands exactly what we're trying to get done. And so from that standpoint, what was great about everything was just watching Streveler, who had really just, you know, Rich asked the question way back, is he just a camp arm? And I talked to Strev yesterday. That's what it starts out as. And then you just let a guy go, and it's up to him to seize an opportunity and make the best of his opportunity. And really cool to see what he did. So
Saleh was talking about Streveler and why they chose Mike White, and he just said that they cannot give up on Mike White based on his experience in the system. He knows exactly what they're trying to get done in this system, and the experience in the system really puts him ahead of Streveler. He had 2 rough games in the preseason, but finished off strong against the Giants, and of course his experience last year against the Bengals. That's why they went with Mike White.
Again, as soon as he feels like he's ready to go, there's no timeline. It's well documented. We saw him on the bike. He's walking around. He was out at practice today. He's taking in all the information. He's at walkthrough. He's in every meeting. So as soon as he gets cleared by the docs and he feels good, he'll be out there. So there's really no timeline, Rich.
So no timeline for Zach Wilson's return, but he is walking around. He is no limitations in terms of being able to walk, which is a good sign. And it looks like he's rehabbing in the right direction, but Saleh does not provide any timetable on his return.
If Zach's not ready by week 1, we've got a lot to say over the next week. Then yeah, Joe will be the starter.
Is there a certain amount of practice time that you feel comfortable with that Wilson won't be in the house where
you'd like him to practice that week. You know, he did it last year. You know, I know he had a couple of scout team weeks, but they were limited in nature. But he'll be fine with 1 week of practice.
So this is interesting. Saleh says that he'd be comfortable with Zach Wilson having 1 week of practice. So a big day to look forward to is this Monday. If Zach Wilson's practicing on Monday and there's no setbacks, he's going to start week 1. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but it doesn't seem like the Jets are going to be like, all right, Zach, you're ready to go, but we want to give you like 2 or 3 weeks of practice before you get on the field. So if Zach Wilson's practicing with no limitations this Monday, he might be starting week 1. So you know.
You used the quote before from Mike Tomlin, right? You want volunteers on kind of feels like he's a hostage right now.
No,
Disagree with that?
depends. And that's a really good question and a good observation there, guys. As it pertains
This is
to
about Denzel Mims.
I have a lot of respect for Denzel. And it's different when they don't want to be here because they hate it here. Like, fine, take a hike, right? I'm more than happy to open up the door. Denzel is a tremendously respectful young man, and I think he genuinely loves his teammates. He loves the Jets organization. Is he frustrated? Is he frustrated with all of us? Sure, I'm sure he is. He wants to play, and so for that, I don't think he's a hostage. He and so for that, he, you know, like it's a lot easier to kick somebody out of the door if they want to trade, if they're jerks, and that's not Denzel. He's a good young man, and I love the way he approaches everything, even with this, the way he's come about it, very professional, comes to meetings, practice, and does all of it. So I guess I just don't view him as a hostage.
So Saleh was just talking about Mims, that he doesn't feel like he's a hostage because it's not like Denzel hates the Jets organization. He loves the Jets, but he just wants to play. So he doesn't feel like he's being held hostage.
Denzel, you complimented him throughout camp in terms of how much he's improved compared to last year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. I don't even think he got one first team rep in games with the starting group. He's always been with the season threes. So why not? Why wouldn't he improve so much? Why not give him a rep?
He has improved, but it's still, you know, it's just our view in terms of who are the first three. You got, Corey deserves to be with the ones, and you know they have something to say about it too. So does Elijah. So does Garrett. It doesn't mean that Denzel's the sixth. You know, if Corey gets hurt, you've got a guy in Denzel who's able to jump in and play Corey's position and run all his big boy routes and do all the same things that Corey does. But you know, whether anyone wants to agree, disagree, doesn't matter. Corey is our one, and at the Z position. So it comes down to his teammates having something to say about that too.
Okay, I thought that was interesting. He said Saleh was talking about because Rich asked Saleh, if Denzel's improving so much, how come he never played one time with the ones in preseason? He said, well, you know, it's not like Denzel's not making improvements. It's just the fact that we have players ahead of him on the depth chart that's going to be starters. Like Corey Davis is the starting Z receiver. And he also said, which is what I've been saying all along, if Corey Davis goes down, that's Denzel Mims' spot. Because that Z spot is the traditional number one receiver role when you're the big-bodied guy in this type of system. Doesn't mean you're going to get all the targets. Doesn't mean you're going to be, you know, the number one receiver. But in the system, Saleh says it doesn't matter what people say. That Z spot's the number one receiver. And if Corey Davis goes down, then Denzel Mims is going to slide into that role. And we saw Corey Davis suffer with injuries last year. So that's why the Jets are not trying to trade Denzel Mims, because they would be screwed if they go into the season by trading Denzel Mims for like a late round pick. And then they go into the season, Corey Davis goes down, and all of a sudden that Z spot receiver is going to be empty. We don't have a big body receiver out there. It's going to be Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, and Braxton Berrios. There's no big, we need some type of physicality out there. And that's why Corey Davis is such a huge piece to this team that a lot of people are undervaluing, because we're so excited about Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson, rightfully so, because they're going to be really good. But my point is, Denzel Mims provides such needed depth behind Corey Davis, which is why the Jets are not trying to trade him away. And I understand it on Denzel Mims' side of things. It's very frustrating to be a player that feels like he is ready to go. Like he's ready to start. He's ready to play this moment on week number one, be a starting receiver. But the Jets just have a good problem on their hands with a lot of talent, man, at that receiver. That's pretty sick. Like, when is the last time the Jets have had a problem? A good problem like this? Woo, great problem to have. All right, so that's it for the Saleh press conference. All right, so I think that this is a positive day for the Jets. I almost said Knicks there. A lot of moves to be made in the next couple of hours through the night, throughout tomorrow morning for sure. Stay tuned, because the Jets got the waiver wire. So when does this happen? So Mike Garafolo just tweeted the NFL waiver order as teams pursue the players available to be claimed by tomorrow. So I wonder how long it takes for this stuff to get announced. Like, is it going to be tonight or is it going to be tomorrow morning? Like, when is this going to be stuff? And then we're going to figure out who's making the practice squad, who's not making the practice squad. So that's the next case of action to figure out. I think this is a great stuff from the Jets, man. You're keeping a versatile weapon in Lawrence Cager. You're keeping your undrafted free agent, Gem and Bam Knight. You're keeping Ty Johnson over the veteran Tevin Coleman. The Jets are going with their undrafted free agent, Tony Adams, at the safety position, which I think shocked a lot of Jets fans. But maybe the Jets do see some type of future with the undrafted free agent who look like better than Pinnock and Parks in their eyes. Because, guys, the coaches are the ones that sees these players every day, not us. We're just fans, right? Javelin, Guidry, Isaiah Dunn, and Rashad Wildgoose being the 3 cornerbacks to get cut. And the 5 corners that are going to be playing for the Jets this year is Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, Bryce Hall, Eccles, and Michael Carter II. That's interesting because if Carter II goes down, I don't know who's going to slide into that spot. Is it Eccles? I guess so. And then for the interior offensive linemen, we got Lincoln Tomlinson, AVT, Connor McGovern, Nate Herbig, and Dan Feeney. So it's going to be Herbig and Feeney as the backups at that guard and center spot. And the quarterbacks, Zach Wilson, Flacco, Mike White, of course. Wide receivers, I think that was all expected. We all knew who was going to make there. So the biggest shocks, I mean, we're also going with 3 tackles, right? Max Mitchell's the only the only tackle on the roster right now that is healthy and even on the roster. So I think the Jets are going to claim a tackle. There's no way they're going into the season with 1 backup in Max Mitchell. I think they're going to have to get another backup. So I think that's really the case here. So in the defensive line, let's look at the defensive line. They're going in with 4 defensive tackles: Quinton Williams, Solomon Thomas, Sheldon Rankins, and Nathan Shepard. Defensive end and edge: Carl Lawson, John Franklin Myers, Jermaine Johnson, Jacob Martin, Michael Clemens, Vinny Curry, Bryce Huff. The odd men out are Bradley ANAE, Jabari Zuniga, Tanzel Smart, and Jonathan Marshall. So those are the 4 guys that got cut. Denzel Mims has made the roster. He's on the team. He's not being traded at this moment. So that's really the 53-man roster. I think the Jets are going to have to claim a safety for sure. I think the Jets have a lot of moving parts to come. The 53-man roster that I just brought to you guys is not the official roster that's going to be out there for week number 1, because we're going to claim a couple players. So don't get your hopes up just yet, because one of our favorite players that made the roster could very well be replaced by another player we claim by tomorrow. You feel me? Also have to make sure that we keep in mind that trades could happen. Also, I don't know. I'm just looking at these Jets offensive weapons and seeing the 6 receivers that we got and the 4 running backs and the 4 tight ends, and I'm getting excited. Bam Knight makes the roster. I love that, bro. I always love a good story of an undrafted free agent. You got to include Lawrence Cager in that undrafted free agent pool, and Bryce Huff. We have a bunch of undrafted free agents on this team. Javelin Guidry, unfortunately, he was another undrafted free agent that got cut today. But Lawrence Cager, undrafted free agent from Joe Douglas, Bam Knight, Bryce Huff, and now Tony Adams, the 4 undrafted free agents. And the Jets obviously want to go into the season with 4 running backs, because if 1 running back goes down, they don't want to just have 2. They want to have 3. And injuries are inevitable, unfortunately. The safety position is definitely the position group that Jets fans are a little concerned about. They don't understand why Ashton Davis made the roster. But Joe Douglas is not going to want to give up on a player, I guess, in Ashton Davis, who has 2 years left of his rookie deal. They feel like he still has a lot of potential, obviously, if they kept him. But, yeah, man. Let me know your thoughts. We got the AFC East Roundtable tomorrow to get into deep conversations. NYJ Matt's in the chat. Ashton Davis, the only keep that annoyed me. Yeah, it seems like everyone is upset with the Ashton Davis decision. I understand that, especially because Jason Pinnock became a fan favorite when he transitioned from corner to safety. Will Parks also became a fan favorite because he was a guy that was all like on Twitter. He was awesome, just really hyping up this team, looked like a really high character guy. And on top of that, his play on the field was impressive. So for the Jets to move on from both of them and choosing the undrafted free agent Tony Adams and Ashton Davis over them two is definitely interesting. Very, very intriguing stuff. Johnny P with the $5 donation. Yes, $6, 6 wide receivers, 4 tight ends, 4 running backs. Shows a commitment to giving Zach as many playmakers as possible and having depth in case of injuries. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. Look at these playmakers, guys. Look at them. I mean, here, I'm going to put it on the screen so we can all gaze at it together. Wait, sorry. Here we go. Let's gaze at this together. Johnny, appreciate the donation, my man. Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson, Braxton Berrios, Denzel Mims, Jeff Smith, Michael Carter, Breece Hall, Bam Knight, Ty Johnson, Tyler Conklin, CJ Uzama, Lawrence Gager, Jeremy Ruckert. This is nice. This is depth. This is talent. Now let's go over the youth of this. Elijah Moore, year number 2. Corey Davis, the veteran. Garrett Wilson, rookie. Braxton Berrios, a young vet. Denzel Mims, year 3. Jeff Smith, I don't even know. He's like young. I don't know exactly how young he is. Michael Carter, year number 2. Breece Hall, rookie. Bam Knight, rookie. Ty Johnson, young. Tyler Conklin, he's 25 years old in the prime of his career. CJ Uzama, the veteran. Lawrence Gager, young. Jeremy Ruckert, the rookie. So these playmakers are extremely young. The only old veterans in this is CJ Uzama and Corey Davis. That's it. Outside of those two guys, there's no seasoned vet. Jets Forever brings up a great point. We got to give Mike McCagnon some credit here. Jeff Smith, undrafted free agent. Listen, man, you can't keep all the players, but I do like this offensive weapons that the Jets kept. I do like it. I agree with it. I'm pretty shocked that they did not keep Tevin Coleman. Not because I wanted to keep him, but I just thought the Jets were going to lean his way. But the Jets are going youth, baby. Jets are going youth. That's what I like to see. Now, are the Jets going to trade Denzel Mims before the season begins? It's possible still, but I don't think it's going to happen. I prefer it not to happen, rather. You feel me? I prefer it not to happen. Because where's the benefit? Where is the benefit there? There isn't one. There ain't no benefit. So, guys, if you are pumped up about this situation that the Jets are having with the 53-man roster, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. We got 327 people liking the stream with 550 tuned in. Hit that thumbs up button so we can get as many Jets fans and NFL fans in here to react to the final New York Jets 53-man roster. These are some of the notable players that was cut. That's not all of them, but you guys figured out by now who's cut, who's not cut. Would appreciate if you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, of course, if you're new. Wild Goose got cut. Yep. Not everybody's over here not everybody here is listed. Oh, no. Michael said Wild Goose is still on the roster, which I like. Yeah. Wild Goose is not on the roster, Michael. He's cut. The cornerbacks are Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, Michael Carter II, Brandon Echols, and Bryce Hall. Jonathan Marshall's got cut as well. The Jets cut 3 of their draft picks from last year. Hamza Nasruddin, Jason Pinnock, Jonathan Marshall. 3 out of a 10-player draft class. I mean, it's inevitable to happen when you draft that many players in one draft class, especially with that many late picks. But we found a diamond in the rough in Michael Carter II. I think Brandon Echols is going to be a beast for the Jets as well. So I think the Jets are going to get a lot of these players that they cut on their practice squad, which is going to make this feel a lot better. I think that PINNOck is going to be on the practice squad and Will Parks. That's just me being hopeful, but I think it is realistic. I think all the receivers that we cut, at least 2 of those 3, like Calvin Jackson and Irv Charles and Tariq Black, probably going to be on the practice squad as well. Kenny YEBOAH on the practice squad, most likely. I just feel like the Jets are going to get a lot of these players that we, as well as Jonathan Marshall, we need to get him on the practice squad, and Hamza Nasruddin. We do not want our draft picks from last year to not be on the practice squad. That's the goal with this right now. You want to make sure that they get signed to the PS, the practice squad. You feel me? They kept Shepard over Marshall. I don't agree with that either, guys. I'm pretty shocked with that. But they really value Shepard. They see something in him that we don't see. And I hope that they're right. Because I would love to see Shepard break out this year. But I don't know. Based on what I've seen with my own eyes, I mean, who am I to judge? But Marshall looked a little better and more young and more ready to go. I don't think Marshall will get claimed, though. The talent we've added over the last year is simply just better. It's true. It will be a big year for Shepard. I hope so. Ready for week 1 against Baltimore. I want to see where this team is at. I want to see where they're at too. How could they cut Tevin Coleman? You need an experienced running back. Coleman was from San Francisco, who runs a similar offense as the Jets. PINNOck is supposed to be the safety of the future. I wouldn't say PINNOck's supposed to be the safety of the future. I mean, he doesn't even have a full season as a safety. But that's not to say I would have liked to keep PINNOck for sure. And the Jets are prioritizing the youth. They want to keep the undrafted free agent Bam Knight and Ty Johnson as the 2 backups. I know we say this every year, but next year will be a real litmus test for this team. It's true. I love Tony Adams behind Jordan Whitehead, but we definitely need free safety help. Jordan Davis haven't played a full season in years. Yeah, I agree. I think the Jets are going to make a move at safety, if I had to guess. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. The haircut's looking good, Richie. Standing tall, son. Thanks, bro. Like the haircut? Appreciate that. You guys get to see my hair. I never usually not wear a hat, so you guys never see the hair. So glad Bam made the cut. Me too, man. Me too. He deserves it. Can I play Madden? I'm not going to play it now, but I could definitely play some Madden for you guys in a tomorrow or something. You feel me? Live for like 3+4 hours. You be streaming week 1 like usual or be at the game? I'm going to be at the game. So I'm not going to be able to stream this one. I'm going to be streaming every single game besides 2 this year. I'm going to be at week 1 and I'm going to be at week 5. So those are the 2 games I won't be streaming, but the other games I'll be streaming for. So don't you worry. Backup, not replacement for MCCB. Who is? JD needs to pick a replacement for Michael Carter, a safety, and I wouldn't mind one somewhat. Yeah, it is. I am shocked that they got rid of GUIDRY because I thought GUIDRY was the perfect slot option behind Carter. So I guess they're hoping that he'll be on the practice squad, but I don't even know if that would be the case. Yeah, Jets forever. This is where I kind of gave up on Ty Johnson as well, man. So glad Adoga is gone. Any guys on the roster you think might get traded? Not really. The only person is like Denzel Mims simply because he requested a trade. This list is not fully updated, guys. There's a lot of players on this list that I did not up to date. I'll put Wild Goose on there so people can see his name. My apologies. Here we go. There's a lot of guys on this list that these are not all 27 cuts because I can't fit them all. Yeah, guys, and remember this. Whoever the Jets claim, we have to replace that player that we claimed with a guy in the 53-man roster, which means that they're not all safe. All these guys were celebrating making the roster. It's not official that they are, like, you know, making the team. Because we can claim somebody, and we can't just claim someone and add them to the team. You got to claim someone and replace him with another player. Yes, Ty Johnson made the team. Great stuff today. We'll see what happens going forward. Hell yeah, Edward. If they pick up anyone off waivers, I think Curry will be the first to go. Possible. NFL roster should have at least 65 men active players. There are way too many injuries during a season. Well, that's why they expanded it to 16 guys in the practice squad for that reason. Yeah, guys. So I'm pretty pumped up, man. You want to bet y'all lose by 21, huh? What? Are you still boys with Wardy? Of course I am. Today's his birthday. I'm going to the Mets game with him Friday. Me and Wardy will be at Citi Field Friday together. I don't know if Mahomes made the 53. Does anybody have an update on this? Am I crazy? But it looks like to me Shepard was being pushed all over the place. Yeah, whatever. Ty Johnson and Ashton Davis made the team? Yeah, they did, Mike. Richie, should we take a stab at Alex Leatherwood? I honestly, listen, where the Jets are at right now, we only have Max Mitchell as a backup tackle. So I wouldn't be shocked if Joe Douglas takes a flyer on the former first-round pick who was a bust for the Raiders. It wouldn't shock me. Upset a little on Marshall and Guidry and ANAE, but overall it does seem we tried to keep the best 53. Exactly. JD's getting a free safety. LOL. He's gotta. You never know. I mean, the free safeties that we got are Joyner and Davis, so maybe. Just tune in from getting a word. How you feel? I like the roster, man. A bunch of shocks, but I love that Bam Knight made the roster. I love that Lawrence Cager made the roster. For sure. So, I don't know, man. I think it's pretty cool. Yes, sir. So today was a very eventful day. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go live early in the morning. And then I got to go suit shopping because I got a wedding to go to. I have a wedding the day before the opener. So your boy got to go suit shopping for it. So I'm going to be at that wedding like, oh my God, the Jets play tomorrow. It's the only thing on my mind. Zuniga got cut. Yep. Wesco got cut. Yep. You've been a soldier today, Richie. Thank you. I think the energy's on E right now. I think the gas tank is on E. So I might be wrapping up the stream here shortly, guys. Jabari Zuniga got cut, my man. He's not on the team. Do I got to add him to the... I'll add him for the people that don't know. Zuniga's not on the team, man. Don't worry. RJ for Donovan? Hell no. We're getting Donovan without giving up RJ. Brand Raider 468. What am I missing? Did you watch preseason, or are you just basing it off of a 40-yard dash? Because a running back, there's way more to a running back than his speed. He has great power, great balance, great vision, special teams threat. Do I need to go on? Richie, you look tired. Get some rest. I think it's time for that, man. Make 2 rows now. Yeah, I might as well, Jaw. This list is getting... this list is getting pretty crazy. Bam Knight had the longest run out of any running back in preseason. He looked pretty fast on that 44-yard run. I don't know. He looked fast to me on that run. And he also is a big reason why the Jets won week 1 with that kickoff return. How do we feel about... How do we still have Shepard? I don't know, Riley. I don't agree with it either. I don't agree with it either, man. No trade between Nadoga and the Cowboys. Nope. All right, guys. So I'm going to wrap up the stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed. We went live for an hour and a half after the marathon live stream earlier today. I appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning into the show. We had a lot of fun today. If any other news happens tonight, I'll make a video or go live, of course. You guys are awesome. All the support on this channel means a ton. You know, without all you guys showing all the love, none of this is possible here in Jets Media. It means so much to me that you guys are continuously showing me the love. All the donations mean so much to the channel, guys. You have no idea. All the subscriptions and the likes, all that stuff really hits home. And I just can't thank you guys enough for all the support that you show me. I got a lot of fun things coming your way, content-wise, all over social media platforms. Stay tuned for all the latest updates. It's always a pleasure reacting live to Jets news, and it's awesome, man. Having 500-plus people in a stream at all times during this was a great, great pleasure. I really do appreciate you guys big time, man. You rock, Leo. Excellent job, Richie. Thanks, buddy. Well done. Thank you, Edward. Appreciate you. Jaw, thank you, man. Just joined the stream and he's signing off. Man, I've been live for an hour and a half plus another 3 hours. Sorry, man. You can watch on replay. Richie, you rule. You rule, Larry. You kidding me? Go Jets. Have a great day, Richie, and everyone else. Thank you, man. You too. Stick to Jets news and don't talk about the Knicks. You're terrible, little bro. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna keep doing what I'm gonna do, man. I appreciate the support, though. Appreciate the content, Richie. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Christopher, thank you, man. You got a Broncos fan in the chat. Miami fan in the chat. Got all NFL fans in the chat. Hot hair. Thanks, bro. All right, guys. I appreciate. Let's go Knicks, baby. Forever. Let's go Knicks. Love you all, guys. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Jets. And let's go Mets.